As the TSN Classic Bowl Championship rolls on, we say hello, Canada, and welcome back to week 3 of this year's championship. Randy Peterson alongside. If you haven't been with us, here's how we've gotten to this point. 105 bowlers began play. They played a series of 8 games, qualifying games. We've whittled it down to 24 seeded players, and now we're in week 3 as we round it out to a field of 16 eventually after next week's play. And you know, we can't really overemphasize, Randy, I think, what experience means, because when you look at all the players, the 6 players who've qualified, all of them have a resume.
Well, there's a lot to be said about experience, and you can try to prepare yourself to bowl in this environment, but unless you've been here and done that, there's absolutely no way that you can be ready to bowl under the bright lights and television. And the players with that kind of experience are proving that they have a huge advantage in this event.
Here are the 6 bowlers that we'll see today, and only one, that's Lionel Lewis from Stony Creek, has television experience. Will it be a factor? We're about to find out. Are you a country guy or city guy?
City guy.
Country music or rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
Like the sunrises or romantic sunset?
Gotta go with the romance.
Oh, I thought so. Pasta or steak?
Steak.
Read books or go to movies?
Movies.
Suspense or comedy?
Suspense.
Van or an SUV?
I'd have to go SUV.
Sedan or convertible?
Convertible.
Hockey or baseball?
Baseball.
Check his passport. Big Lebowski or Kingpin?
Kingpin.
Are you a country guy or a city guy?
City guy for sure.
You like country music or rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
You enjoy steak or pasta?
Both.
You like to read books or go to movies?
Movie better.
Suspense or comedy?
Comedy.
You had your choice. Would it be a van or an SUV?
SUV for sure.
Sedan or convertible?
Convertible.
Hockey or baseball?
Hockey.
Big Lebowski or Kingpin?
Kingpin.
It's week 3 of the TSN Classic Bowl Championship. And in this opening game, 37-year-old Sean Patterson from Mississauga, Ontario, plays Markham, Ontario's Douglas Yu. Patterson coming in seated number 7, Yu number 18. And as we said earlier, it's really been a championship so far dominated by the experience, dominated by the higher seeds, except for that opening week when 23rd seed Joe Kayak was a winner over Donald Lee. Kayak seeded 23rd, but Kayak in his 8 qualifying games got off to such a slow start.
That's on the lane.
He literally had to bowl his way in. The 7 goes. So a nice start for Sean Patterson.
You know, Vic, there's a lot to be said about power as well as experience, and Sean Patterson doesn't leave anything in the bag. How about that nice little hit, late roll on the 7.
Our first look at a left-hander, and as you might expect with a right-hander leaving the 10, the lefty's going to leave the 7.
Absolutely. That ball hit just a little soft into the 1-2 pocket. The nice part about being left-handed, when you have a conducive shot, you're the only one on that side of the lane, and your shot tends to hold up longer than it does on the right side of the lane. Right side gets a lot more play.
So a spare for Douglas Yu.
Two pretty good shots to start for Douglas. He keeps both balls in the pocket. However, he's staring down at a 6-pin now, looking to go back-to-back 9 spares.
Douglas Yu from Markham, Ontario. Sits down after bowling back-to-back spares. Sean Patterson.
Come on.
He had listened again. Boy, that's he's found the pocket with on both frames.
Yeah, Sean probably got an RPMs coming off his hand of
Nice and smooth, baby.
well over 550.
Nice and smooth.
As you can see the revolutions on that bowling ball. Nothing better than getting off to a fast start.
Gotta sit.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it is. But you know, at first glance, and maybe that's the result of the power, it looked like it was going to hit it a little high.
It looked like it was going to drift high, and you heard him say, hey, it's got to sit, it's got to sit. But it held line, it held pocket. And what that tells Sean is that, hey, I've got a little bit of hold area right in that spot of the lane.
So 3 in a row for Sean Patterson, Douglas Yu. And he responds with a strike in 3. Very nice line going for both Sean Patterson, the number 7, Douglas Yu, number 18. Patterson with the triple through 3 as we see Douglas Yu coming off his first perfect game in April of this year, and he'll go back-to-back.
Gutsy move there. Douglas changes to a different bowling ball in the 3rd frame on the right lane. It worked nicely
Here,
for him.
Andy.
Takes it over to the 4th.
Number 4, buddy.
And
This one's
doubles
for you.
up. Sean Patterson looking for a 4-bagger.
Looking pretty. Get up.
Yeah, very pretty.
And boom!
There you go. That's just for you.
Well, I'll take that home to my partner on ESPN, Rob Stone. Rob Stone, the inventor of the ham bone, and we all know that that's the Pete Weber chop, I guess you could call it. And Pete Weber loves to give it to Rob Stone when he throws 4 in a row.
Sean Patterson, the 1991 Ontario provincial champion, as he got 5.
Yes!
He sure does. Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm not going to mention it. Do you want to mention it?
Well, let me just tell you that there's $1,000 available to anybody that can throw the no-no, the perfect game.
I like it.
Courtesy of
The no-no.
Old Canada. Aye.
Boy, he gets right back in it with that double and then goes right through the face.
And it's interesting, the pin reaction there, because nothing went tumbling back to catch. It just seemed everything just went sideways.
Yeah. Too much of the head pin, the ball breaking sharply towards the end there, and just the big 4-6-10 split. Well, that's the last thing you want to see, too, when your opponent gets off to a red-hot start like Sean has with that front 5. Or as Rob would call it, the Yahtzee.
The Yahtzee.
If he gets the next one, I got a great call for you.
Oh, boy.
How many times have we seen that, Vic, where the player goes high and then overcompensates and the next shot is wide of target? I've seen professionals do it every Sunday. It's a pretty common theme.
So back-to-back opens, back-to-back 8s for 100 through 6 for for Douglas Yu. And now Sean Patterson. Can he make it 6 straight?
He's looking to crack open a 6-pack, Vic.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
Has
That's looking
5.
good.
Has he got 6? Yes, he does.
And nasty stuff coming out of the hand of Sean Patterson. This thing looks like it's got chains on this bowling ball, and I mean, look at that thing just buzzing. There's some revs for you. Nothing's going to stand in the way of that bowling ball.
And it's interesting when you do watch the ball travel down the lane, when you see that rotation, you see that circle of white, it's there constantly for the longest time before it actually straightens out and hits the pocket.
Yep.
Got another
Yep.
one, got another
Yep.
one, got another one. Oh, he does make it 7.
Come on.
Nice. Good stuff there, Sean. Great shot. He's making some great shots. He's got the pin carry on his side for now. Hopefully he can keep it going. Love to see a 300 game today. Remember, Douglas changed bowling balls there in the 3rd frame. Caught that quick double and thought he had what he was looking for.
Yeah, he got it.
And then backed it up with back-to-back splits and open frames. So he's not real confident in the ball reaction he's got right now.
We mentioned both these bowlers' first time on TV. There you go. It's better.
That's better.
Now Sean Patterson. He has 7.
You know what you call this one? The 8th one?
Brilliant.
That plus, we like to call it the Octomom.
No. No, no, no. No, no,
Push,
Can
push,
you
push.
give us 8? Oh, my. Didn't think that was
Not even
possible with
religious, but
that
thank God.
crash. Yeah. He get away with this?
Well, he said push, push as soon as he let go of it, so he knows it's going to drift a little high. But watch this. The ball lays off just enough to trip the 4-7-10 out. Man, this is magic. How about a little 9-bagger here, Sean?
Who's got 9?
9
Who's
lives.
got 9?
9 lives. No. Sean Patterson's string comes to an end in the 9th.
What a great run. What a great run. A lot of fun to watch, too.
I don't know how to shoot a spare.
Yes, you do, Sean. But at this point, honestly, you really don't need one. He strikes out at 277, Vic. Our high game by over 50 pins in this event.
Now, just a reminder as we work our way through the